Welcome once more to my channel where we look at various aspects in English, and today I am looking at the use of prepositions. Prepositions can be a sticky area, more especially in their usage. And the ones that I have picked today are no exception. In, on, and at. They are quite tricky in their use. I have deliberately picked a few examples under each. I didn't want, or I don't want to congest my viewers with a lot of information. I want to just make it a bit simple. With that little information, I know it will be much, more especially when you encounter situations where that information is needed. My apology, today I'm behind the camera. I am not visible, but I'm sure the information that I'm going to share with you is of paramount importance, and it will remain very important, much more important than the first. The fact that it's appearing on my page, my voice is audible, I'm sure that should suffice. Let's narrow down to the use of in. And for my first point, I said when we use in, we are looking at a big place, a city, country, or region. A region could actually come after city, but in this instance, I took region to mean a number of countries. Region could also be used to mean a province, a number of cities in a country culminating in a region. Right, the examples that I gave there are in Canada, Canada being a country, in Asia, Asia being a region, and in New York City, New York being a city. It also refers to a period of time, right? I gave about 4 examples under that. We are saying in a week is 7 days. So if I say I will see you in the week, it can be any one of those days. But if somebody then wants a specific date for us to meet, I say let's try to meet in the week. When exactly can we meet? That's, we are narrowing it down to a particular day. We are no longer going to use in now. We are using a different preposition. We'll see that as we go. In January, again, when we say in January, we are saying any day as from the 1st to the 31st, right? Let's try to do this in January, right? Maybe it's something that takes a day, it's something that takes 2 days, but we're saying let's do it in January. When exactly in January? When we narrow it down, we are no longer using in. Again, we will see that as we continue, or as I continue with my explanation. In 1945, when exactly in 1945, we narrow it down maybe to a month, maybe in June. Do you think you know the date, the exact date when it happened? Maybe that's when somebody gives a particular date that it happened. So in is so general, it refers to a period, it's a period. And then we are saying in the next century. Century is a long period, 100 years. In the next century, when exactly do we think this could happen, or when this is likely to happen? If we are sure, we narrow it down to that particular time until we get to a very specific point in time. Right, that's basically summarizes the use of in. And then we move on to the use of on. On, I said, within a stretch or place on Carter Avenue. Anyway, along Carter Avenue, as long as still Carter Avenue. I live on Carter Avenue. On the intersection, the accident happened on the intersection, somewhere on the intersection. Then the second part of the use of on is a particular day or date. Right. Previously, when we were talking of in, we said in the week. But if somebody wants to be particular and say when exactly in the week, and we say on Monday, that's being specific. And we go down again, you realize that we can break it down. Let's meet anywhere in the week. Let's be very specific. When are we going to meet? On Monday. And then we want to be even more specific. When exactly, what time on Monday are we going to meet? We are going to see that in the next preposition. Then we were talking of in January, and then we could say in May, right, which is again from the 1st to the 31st of May. When exactly in May, then we are saying on the 2nd of May, right? On the 2nd of May, we check which day it is. It is on a Tuesday, right? That's a specific day. On a Tuesday, what time are we meeting? We'll see that in our next preposition. So when we look at the preposition at, we are looking at a much smaller place, right? Now we were talking of a stretch or a place, a stretch. So here we are saying at 32 Baker Street. It's a particular place at my house. That's the confines. Anywhere outside my house, it's no longer it's at some other place, but I'm saying it's at my house. So you look for that particular thing, or you search for that particular thing within the confines, within the perimeter of my house, right? Then we look at a specific time. We will meet in the week on Monday at noon. We will meet in May, which is May is from the 1st to the 31st. Which particular date in May? On the 2nd of May at 12 noon. Right? So we come from being very general to be specific a bit when we mentioned the date, but then we went further and we looked at a particular time that we're going to be doing whatever we want to do at 2 o'clock. I hope with the information that I've given you, you will be a bit better in the use of prepositions. They are a sticky area and they need to be used with a lot of caution. At times someone just gets the sense, but they will just pick the preposition was wrongly used. After this session, I'm sure you will be much better in your use of in, on, and at. Thank you very much. We meet when we discuss another sticky and important area of English. Thank you so much.